So I wanted to get on here and talk to my Leos today because I have a message, but I wanted to do something on YouTube a little bit longer form content because this message, I feel like it's something that we really need to hear, especially with Leo season coming up. I have been noticing something within myself and something that I know within me posting a lot of Leo content and just reading the comments and relating to a lot of things that you guys are saying, and you guys kind of relate to a lot of stuff that I say. One thing that I feel like we need to really work on this upcoming season, especially with our Leo season coming up, is not being so rigid and so stuck in our ways, because fire signs are fixed signs, and I feel like that can be a good thing and a bad thing. So you have to learn how to balance it out and not be so stuck in your ways or so set on things going a certain way, and if they don't go that certain way, it's kind of like you feel defeated, or you feel like, you know, things aren't working out for you, or you feel like, you know, life is hard. But a lot of times life isn't hard and you're not defeated. It's just the fact of we're so used to things going our way that when they don't, then we get really discouraged or we get upset. And I know most of us Leos, like, we are the bounce back kings and queens. Like, we can bounce back from anything, but it's about not always feeling like we need to bounce back. Because when you bounce back, that means you stumble backwards. But when you kind of recognize that it's okay for things to not work out exactly the way that we expect them to, and just kind of let stuff be what it is and maneuver according to what's happening in front of you instead of what you were expecting to happen. When you start to move like that, then you don't get so stuck in your head about things, and you don't get so upset or frustrated with certain things, because that's just the way life works. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Like, everything is not always going to work out in your favor. Everything is not always going to go exactly the way that you want it to go, and that is okay. But you will be so much more free, and life will just feel so much more lighthearted when you learn that, like, you don't have control over everything. And fixed signs can be a little bit controlling. I know as a Leo, I can be a little bit controlling, and not just controlling of, you know, myself, but I try to control circumstances, and that's just not the world that we live in. So it's best for us to start to kind of make it a practice or a habit to accept things for what they are, regardless if they disappoint us or not, regardless if they go against the plan that we had in our head or the idea that we had in our head, because that is how you're going to really elevate this next year. Like, I feel like you should be striving to be better every single year, okay? Every year when your birthday come around, you should feel like you're in a better space, whether that be mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. You should just feel like you're more wiser or more richer, whether that's rich in life, rich in finances, rich in spirit, whatever that might be. So learning to just kind of woosah when things don't go your way. Simple as that. Woosah when things don't go your way. And when people have like difference of opinions, or they see the world differently, or they do things differently than you, kind of learning to just accept people for who they are without judging, or without feeling like, you know, it's opposition between you and that person because you guys don't see the world the same way. Because Leos and fire signs are very opinionated, and we feel like our opinions are Bible, and they are for us. That's the thing. Our opinions are Bible for us, and they are very much, you know, like how we see the world. We see the world through our experiences, and a lot of fire signs do experience a lot of the same things. So when people view the world a little bit differently, sometimes it can come with like a negative opinion of them or a negative idea of them. But letting people be entitled to their own way of thinking, their own way of living, and not feeling like, oh, well, just because they see the world differently than me, then we can't get along. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is that fire signs and Leos, like, we have to stop being so caught up in like our same way of thinking and our same way of reasoning with life. Like, if you feel like every time something happens, you like respond the same way, you have to start checking yourself. It's not that you're wrong or right for feeling the way you feel or responding the way you respond to certain life circumstances, but if the way that you're responding to life circumstances is not working out for you, or you're deciding that you want to change, as a fixed sign, I don't feel like we change all the time, because not like, sometimes we have to be intentional with our change because we are fixed. We do kind of get stuck in our ways. So when you kind of just sit back and observe your behavior, observe your thought processes, observe the way that you view the world, you have to kind of start to ask yourself, like, do I want to continue down this path? Do I want to continue to think this way? Do I want to continue to see people this way? Do I want to continue to view the world this way? Because we have to be very intentional about changing our minds about things, or changing the way that we experience the world, or change the way that, you know, we process information. Like, it doesn't come naturally to us to be unguarded, or just like, we're free-spirited, but we're also very guarded at the same time. So if you're getting to that point in life where you want to be a little bit more on the open-hearted, open-minded side, like, you have to be intentional about that. You have to set your intentions and choose to follow that new thought, that new way of thinking, day in and day out, because otherwise you're going to be stuck in your ways, stuck in the way that you view the world, and then you're just always going to keep running into the kind of the same situations, because that's how the world is. Like, that's how we view the world, so that's how the world is. But if we view the world differently, then however we view the world differently is how the world is going to be in our new timeline. We have to be able to consciously jump timelines, and the way that you do that is by managing your emotions, kind of picking and choosing what behaviors and characteristics you have that you want to keep, and what behaviors and characteristics that you have that you want to not, you don't always have to 100% do away with them, but kind of put them on the back burner and not let them be in the driver's seat of your life. Like, if you're more on the side where you're not very trusting of people, it's not that you have to let your guard down completely, but deciding to, instead of meeting people with resistance first, I meet them with open arms first, and kind of just be more open to them. Because like Leos, once we trust you, but it does take a lot to get there. So that was kind of the message that I wanted to talk about today, because like I said, like, we can be stuck in our ways. We are fixed signs, but like, if you want to be more intentional about changing, especially as Leo season is coming up, I feel like, you know how on New Year's, that's a time to reflect and kind of think about like what direction your life is going, and what you want to change, and what you want to see happen over the next year. For some reason, like, I always get that way around Leo season, like around my birthday and like turning a new age. Like when it's my birthday season, that's when I really start to think about my life and like the direction that it's going, and kind of evaluate, like, is this what I want? Is this how I want to continue? And if not, what things do I want to change, and how am I going to go about those changes? So that was a message that I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I will be making like more long form content, because like I be having stuff that I want to talk about, and stuff that like that's on my heart. So yeah, I will be here. I will be on YouTube a little bit more, and thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.